No matter what kind of projects you have around the shop, if you're looking for some tips and help, it's time for Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, with Sam Mamolo and Sam Madadi.
You know, anybody that works around rusty cars, rusty nuts and bolts, knows about PB Blaster. This is the champion of rust. Now this is a penetrating catalyst. What we have here is we got these suspension bushing bolts, and you can see this is pretty good size. What's that, 22 millimeters?
It's a 22 millimeter.
And it's really rusty. What this penetrating catalyst does is it gets up there, you spray it on, it has a wicking action. It wicks into the threads. And watch your eyes, and we'll spray a little on there. Have, you know, some safety glasses on. Spray a little on and let it work. And I'll tell you, once it starts to work, really does a good job. What I like to do is spray some on, do another job, come back, spray a little bit more on there, let it penetrate. But here's the key. Show them the wrench you got there, buddy.
Got a big 22 millimeter wrench.
Right.
And the biggest thing is you guys have to remember, this is a lot of torque being addressed onto that nut. And you want to go really slow when busting this nut loose.
Right, and do not use an impact gun because this is rusty and it's going to pick up, gall the threads, and once the threads start to gall,
that's it.
You end up cutting things off. So now they also make a nice product. It's called a multi-purpose lubricant. You know, this has some lubricating characteristics, but it's really a penetrant. A lubricant you can use in conjunction with it. Once you get that broken loose, put a little bit of the multi-purpose lubricant on it, and then once it starts to turn, it'll help. Let's see if we can turn that loose. All right, easy, nice and slow. It moves, and now I'm going to take some Blaster multi-purpose. Watch your eyes. And again, just a little bit. You don't need much. Go ahead.
And for you guys in a shop environment where you're doing this for customers, you're saving yourself time, and the most importantly, you're saving the customer money.
And if you get an older car and you break stuff, you know, then you got to go hunting parts. That's coming off so nice and easy.
And
go ahead.
Where this comes in really handy, Sam, Honda spark plugs get stuck, especially the #1 spark plug for no reason. We don't know why, but they get stuck. We use this all the time. Customers come in, the spark plug is stuck, mechanics in the previous could not get it out. We take the penetrating PB Blaster, spray it in there, work our spark plug loose to where we got a gap, and then we spray the lubricant in there generously, and we work the spark plug back and forth, and the spark plug does eventually come out.
And you know, when you're dealing with all these rusty nuts and bolts and you're putting penetrating catalyst on it and you're putting in the universal lubricant on it, stuff's going to roll. You're going to get it on your tools and so on. PB Blaster makes a great citrus-based degreaser. This does an awesome job for cleaning up your tools, and of course it protects them. It'll take adhesive and sticky stuff off any surface. It's a great cleaner. And by the way, this multi-purpose lubricant has thousands of uses. You don't have to be a car guy. It's got a Teflon fluoropolymer base. This really does a great job lubricating anything. You want to put some more on that and take this all the way off?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not done yet. You clean the tools.
I just wanted to show how to clean the tool.
Oh, I can't move. I can't move. Go ahead, you do it. Oh boy, you're so strong. Oh, God. I can't wait till I grow up like you.
One day. You're almost getting there.
Well, see, I'm choking up on it.
You're doing a good job.
You know, around the house you can use this too. Nothing more irritating on a garage door. See if that'll quiet it down. Put a little PB universal. Look at already the squeal's gone.
And the more you use it, the more it'll go away.
Sure. And this works, you can use it on hinges, especially good on your garage door rollers and any of these pivot points. Don't forget those garage door pivot points need to happen. If you've got a power opener and you haven't done this in a long time, you're overworking your opener. A little bit of this on here. Look at that. By the way, put a little in this lock, will you? Somebody painted this lock, put a little bit of that in there. Much better than putting any graphite stuff in the lock. Make the key work a whole bunch better.
Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, is being brought to you by Low Carb Performance Products. Quality, clean and simple. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Brothers Truck Parts, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GM truck restoration. AMP Research, innovation in motion. Rod End Supply, we don't just sell them, we race them. Welcome to the Brothers Truck Parts Workshop.
All right, the next item we've got here in the Brothers Truck Parts Workshop is rebuilding a vent window. Now look at the sheriff's truck here. It's in pretty good shape, but these rubbers are starting to get a little old, a little hard. I'm gonna have to rebuild those. Now you can buy a complete assembly, you bolt it in, it's all ready to go, and you're all done. But they're pretty expensive, and if you want to keep all your classic stuff, you can rebuild this yourself, right?
Absolutely, and it's a quarter of the price or maybe even less.
Okay, so first move is we open the window. It's hard to see, but there's a little split pin or a roll pin right down there. We're gonna take the little pin punch or the drift and push that out. Here.
I'll hold it and you tap it out.
Should be pretty much out.
All right, so once you got that off, it's gonna take a wrench to remove the chrome bits from the glass itself. Don't go banging on it with a hammer. This thing's screwed on, so you don't want to bang on it with a hammer. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the actual glass out of the vent frame.
Okay, we're gonna try to drill this rivet out. Realized we couldn't get on it straight enough with the drill not to mark up these two brackets. So we just ground the bottom of it off, drove it out with a little pin punch, and then we took off this, it slides out. Now you've got your glass in your hand and the glass frame. We don't need this right now, right?
Not right now. Okay. Now typically what you would do is you'd go put some masking tape on that, shoot a nice fresh coat of paint on there.
On the frame.
On the frame. So like Sam mentioned earlier, this came out of Bojangles and we're not putting it back in. So we're not gonna get overly technical about cleaning this thing up.
Sure.
All right, now we're just gonna take our glass channel out. That's this channel back here. And I wouldn't be surprised if it breaks into pieces as we yank it out because it's 100 years old. Yep. Not bad at all. And then that exposes some rivets back here in the back part of the channel. Those are gonna allow you to remove this vertical piece of rubber here.
And we need to do this one and this one, this one and this one. Let's take the heads off it, should be able to drive them out. Ready to go? Enough?
Yep.
And you can see those came right out once you drill them a little bit. And out comes this little piece right here, which is, look at that crack.
Yeah, that's hard and crusty. That's years and years of weathering.
You can see how nice and pliable this is, and this is not.
Right.
So.
And so you can see the new piece actually has reliefs in it for your rivets, so when you put those back in, you'll know exactly where to put them through.
Right.
Our next move is to come in here and take the frame apart by removing the couple of rivets that hold the frame together down here at the bottom. I've gotten my rubber out, I'm about to put my new rubber in. Look, make it easy on yourself. Get a soapy water solution or some glass cleaner, maybe even a little silicone detailing spray. Just give this thing a little squirt because it's got a wedge right down in this channel right here, and it's just gonna be a lot easier if you got some sort of lubricant on the rubber before you start. And then we're gonna rivet the frame together before we rivet that piece of rubber onto it.
Okay. So what we need here is a bag of rivets. And just like an aircraft rivet, this is blind. Gonna put it in there. We're gonna strike this side.
Good job.
Beautiful.
And we're gonna get it all the way down. And then make sure your pivot goes below that pivot.
Get a little bit more.
All right.
Oh, yep.
I'm gonna put this washer back on here, along with our phenolic buffer. Get my spring on there.
Looking good.
I'll put this and the nut back on, just to kind of hold it in place. And our last thing to do is to take this pivot rivet, which is slightly different than the rest of the rivets, got a little shoulder on it. Stick that in.
I'm glad you're here. There you go.
All right, that can be a little tricky with the glass there, but take your time. And then I'm gonna put a little tension on this so that the vent doesn't just flop open and close too easily. That's what this spring is for. I'll fold my tabs over.
I cleaned this up and painted it. I didn't do anything to the glass or the frame. I just took it to the sink and washed it with soap and water, a little brush. Made it look a whole bunch different.
We're gonna stick a vent window handle on that. We will be finished.
This is the DS18 Project Supra.
All right, guys, now that we've installed our intake manifold, we've installed our fuel system, we got the injectors from Evolved Tuning. Very cool dude. Matt actually came by from Evolved and built this intercooler piping with one of his crew, Brian. We got the Frigola fuel lines, and we're gonna be putting on one of your awesome coil packs we're gonna install in a second. So tell us a little about why you need your coil packs over what we used to do back when we were racing, adding amplifiers to the stock igniter.
Well, for years we would run factory coil packs with amplifiers, like you said.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's face it, it's a 20-year-old car now. So a lot of the factory coils are, taking a lot of age and they're getting older and they're a lot harder to get. And sometimes when they get older, they get spider cracks. They become less powerful over the years.
Right.
So rather
that
than
ratchet real fast.
Right here.
There you go. Yep, that one. Thank you very much.
So rather than replacing coil packs with brand new coil packs which are a lot harder to get since the car's so old, we designed this custom coil bracket, which is a full kit, and it works for the VVTi and the non-VVTi 2JZ. And this bracket will allow you to run our IG N1A coils with our Magnum 4 wires on it. These coils they're powerful.
They're pretty. They
yeah.
look really good once it's installed.
Well, yeah,
we'll
we'll
performance.
yeah.
The connectors for us custom, so they're plug and play as well.
Yeah, so exactly. We're gonna save ourselves some time in wiring with the harness from Tweaked and get this installed. And these coils are good for over 1,500 horsepower.
And then we're gonna go on and install our Pro Efi computer. And the computer from Pro Efi comes with the sensors that we need to make it safe, like the fuel pressure sensor, the 5-bar map sensor.
Yeah, Pro Efi is really good stuff. They monitor almost everything. Oil pressure, fuel pressure, obviously you have your map sensor, intake air temp sensor for speed density tuning, boost control, traction control, flex fuel, which is really cool. What we were talking about earlier, you need the ethanol, which is really good for the higher compression engine.
And you guys want that because what happens is if you're going down the track, like one time in Norwalk in 2006, I was going down the track, ran out of fuel. If I had a fuel pressure sensor like Pro Efi provides, the car would have shut itself down, saving me a motor. Ultimately saving me, one, embarrassment at the race, losing, and two, a whole bunch of money building a second motor. Yeah. So that's why these little sensors are important, because if you lose oil pressure or fuel pressure, Pro Efi will shut you down, saving your butt.
Yeah. These new computers, the new technology, I mean, it's amazing what they've done. Had we had this back in the day when you were running your Mark III, it would
have been a world of difference.
Would have been a world of difference, probably to save some money too. Speaking of which, when are you bringing that thing out for a race?
Well, I heard that you guys are having a race in Florida. Is that true?
Yeah, October 6th through 8. We do Florida 2K, which is an annual event. And I think you should bring it out and we should line them up.
Well, you know what? I just rebuilt it, so that sounds like a plan.
Right,
very intriguing.
It'll be a friendly race, but I do plan on winning, just a heads up.
Then I'll see you there. Man, Diego, you're getting a lot done. That box looks awesome. Check out those speakers.
Are you liking it?
I love the carbon fiber cone. It matches the box as well. That's very cool.
Actually, it's not carbon fiber. It's fiberglass reinforced with the carbon fiber effect to make it more efficient.
That is awesome. Now tell me why you chose those speakers.
This actually is the best speaker for those people that like the low bass, like that low frequency, that music, that thump, and it won't break your pocket.
Absolutely, that is awesome. I remember growing up when I was in the audio systems, it was all about the song, the cars that go boom, and when the low bass hit, you'd feel it in your chest.
This is the one.
That's what everybody wants to feel when you're running your audio system, and that's something that carries loud too.
These are the speakers for it. They're 1,500 watts max power, 750 RMS. And it's actually a 2.5-inch voice coil with 4 layers. It's actually a very, very strong subwoofer.
This is cool. You know what? This is a total custom project, and your sound system just tops off the interior by making it a one-off custom piece as well. And that's why we chose DS18 to come on board with us, because they're used to building demo cars that are one-off, just like what we have here with the DS18 Supra.
All right, continuing on here at SEMA, I'm in the painless performance booth. You know, painless wiring, they've been in business 25 years. These guys make some great stuff. I'm here with Andrew Erickson, and this is their new offering here at the 2016 SEMA show. So tell me what you got here.
This is our 1970 to 72 Malibu Chevelle harness. It's a direct fit, so pretty well plug and play. Just route your wires, terminate them.
Cool.
Lots of nice little features.
And you know, this is the bulkhead connector that goes
Yes,
through
sir.
right to the back of the fuse box.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys had in these cars over the years, these things corroded, they got green inside. You ride on the road, this would quit working, that would quit working. Got troubleshooting fuses. I've seen guys taking cars apart, myself included.
Yeah.
And then it turns out to be this. So you get all this new.
Yeah,
It
all
fits
new.
all in all the old OEM stuff. Now what is this?
That's the console harness. So this is a Malibu or Chevelle harness. If you have a Malibu, you plan on doing a Super Sport console, but you haven't bought it yet or something.
Right.
Just wire the car up, get down the road, go enjoy your shows. Once you get your console, go ahead. That plugs right in. You'll have all the wiring for that as
Because
well.
that plugs right into this.
Yes.
And then gives you the console.
Yes, sir.
That's great. And it's all super high quality, you know, painless quality. They make all kinds of neat stuff. They got the, like I put in last year, the trail rocker setup for the
Yes,
Jeep.
sir.
If you look around on the walls in this display that they have here at SEMA, they got harnesses, universal harnesses, small ones, large ones, straight rods, Ford, GM, Chrysler. You guys cover the whole gamut.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And like I said, you can be assured of the quality. It's real high quality stuff from Painless Performance Products, and they got a great catalog. Check them out. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, has been brought to you by DS18. We like it loud. Appalachian Tourism. Virginia is for lovers. AVS, inventor of the vent visor side window deflector. HE&M Saw, the saw that cuts straight.
Finally, here's an economical solution to a cracked dash pad in your Dodge Ram. Now this happens to be for a 1998 to 2002 Ram 1500, 2500, 3500. It's a completely molded replacement dash pad. Look at this thing, it's strong. It's really strong thermoplastic, and it has in the paint UV inhibitors to protect it from shrinkage and warpage with the heat. Now this thing comes complete with the A-pillar seals and your defrost vents that are color-coded. This is a great way, it comes with the fasteners, a great way to really straighten out and change up your dash. And of course your instrument bezel, which is right here, goes like that. This comes complete with the steering column seal. The vents are already installed. Makes a great, quick, easy installation. This is for 98 to 2002. They've got them from 1994 to 2005, exclusively at LMC Truck.
It's time for the Lund International Custom Shop.
Man, these things are going to be pretty easy to install, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, man, they're about 20 minutes to do the whole thing.
Not bad. Here we are with Billy from Lund, and we're going to be installing the set of Terrain HX Nerf bars on this 2015 Ford truck. And it's going to be pretty easy because the truck came with Nerf bars, not very pretty ones, a little cheap. And we already took them off, so we're going to reutilize the factory studs and install this. It's going to be an easy 20-minute deal. The hardest part of this is going to be finding the friend you trust to help you. All right, when we go on the other side, we'll start getting this thing installed.
Yeah, the cool thing about this board is the brackets are already welded on to the board itself.
It makes
So,
it really easy.
Yeah, the alignment's key.
You could even find a friend that's not very strong to help you. You know? Okay. Now, how long have you been with Lund?
I've been with Lund for 11 years now.
Wow. And you're the chief designer of?
Yep, I'm the director of product design and creative services for
Very
all of
cool.
our brands.
These things are going to look really great. They got a very wide. Tell us about some of the features on this. I see the wide 4-inch steps
Yeah,
for easy
so-
access in and out of the cab.
Yep, this is a 3-inch Nerf bar. It fits high and tight to the rocker. It's got a 4-inch drop for your steps with recessed louver plates to prevent any skidding or sliding off, so very sturdy.
You also have an extreme set
We
that
do.
you brought with
we
you,
do.
right?
Grab that.
Let's show that and tell some of the differences between the two.
So it's still the same great design that the traditional HX board has, but this is actually coated with a rhino lining, and what that's great for protecting it from the extreme road debris and salt and brine and all that stuff that we deal with all over the country. So
A lot more durable.
yeah, for sure.
Looks pretty cool. Now, are these just as easy to install as these?
Same method. All the brackets are actually welded to the bar itself, so everything's there. You just got to bolt them into place.
And that's awesome because there's no drilling, no cutting. It makes it very easy for the end user to buy himself a set of Nerf bars and install them at home. Quickly, he can enjoy the rest of the weekend and go off and show them off.
And the best part about it, they're made right here in the United States.
That is beautiful. And that is very important.
So it looks like you got that all pretty well tied down.
Just want you to line it up, make sure it's straight, and then you guys can start tightening down the bolts. Man, I can't believe how easy that was. We install a lot of aftermarket Nerf bars over the years at our shop, and this was absolutely painless. It didn't even take 20 minutes.
Right.
I figured 5 minutes on this side, 5 minutes on the other.
And it's a one-man or two-man job. Obviously, we got the lift here. A couple of install tips for you. If you are doing it by yourself, jack stands come in handy to hold up each side so you can get them into place and tighten down your hardware and get them going. But like I said, either way, one man, two man.
And you've added
install,
slots.
Yeah.
For you could start the top nut
Right.
with the slot. It'll hold it in place, and you could nut a couple of the lower
Right.
studs, and it makes it very easy. So if you guys want a set of awesome Nerf bars for your truck, look at Lund at the Terrain HX. Well, you guys, we've got the mascot in almost every DS18 shoot, and we want to do a little contest, and you guys find out where the mascot Wolfie is in every episode.